Even though what we do is wrong, even though what we do is right, 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 do, right. Crispy bacon in the building. Shout out to Crispy Bacon in the building, coming through. What is up? 6 years later. Oh man. Woo. How y'all feeling out there, man? Another day, another opportunity to be great. You know, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to everybody out there. It's doing marvelous. If you got your health, you're blessed. If you have your health, believe it or not, you're blessed. Appreciate you, man. He said, I stream, he clicks. If I stream, I click. I appreciate that. Appreciate you. Appreciate the people who support. Um, you know, good vibes, the motivation. Inspiration. 6 years later. 6 years later. I don't know, man. Like, until proven otherwise, y'all. Until proven otherwise, this dude scammed the living crap out of us, yo. That's it. That's it. Until proven otherwise. That's it. That's just what I feel. It's what I believe. Period. 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 6 years later, and this is what you got to. 6 years later, this is what we doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about the post chain side of things. Like, should have been more anonymous. Said dump it all. Where's our E? uh, it's not your money. That's what it is. Not your money. Imagine, imagine, like falling for the Luciferian mentalism type tricks. Imagine falling for that. Somebody selling you a promise, you buying into the promise, and then the person reinforces their position, telling you it's not your money. He's not of light. You know, this is a person, and it's not. It's just the truth. This dude has no light, man. He's not of light. All this giving tree. 6 years later, this is what we're doing. 6 years later. Look at what's going on 6 years later. Four years ago, What was that shanty town doing? Shout out to Dr. Disciple for describing the community as a shanty town. What was this shanty town doing? Celebrating a 10,000X. That's what the shanty town was doing. Celebrating 10,000X. Fraud. And 4 years later, look at what's going on. Four years later, like the first two out of the six was 22 months. The first two were the first 2 years out of this 6-year period was the glory. The remaining 4 overshadowed the 2. The remaining 4 years out of this last 6-year period overshadows the first 2. You mean to tell me this dude, like, you don't have just one token now that you launched 6 years ago? It's not just that token. You don't just have that one token on Ethereum. You have an entire blockchain that you copied. You paid people to duplicate. Red team, blue team, rainbow team. You paid these people to duplicate, right? And copy an entire blockchain. You have a copy pasta DEX. Now, it's not what you had 6 years ago. You have more now. You have more. You got more now. Serial Design Nation. This is a commentary channel. I talk about different things, mostly cryptocurrency. And the reason why you see the thumbnail is a prediction of the founder of this blockchain, right? It's the vibes of the founder of the blockchain. When you idolize false prophets and they engage in suspect criminal activity, that's what I'm describing here on the blockchain side of things. So, welcome. Anyway, 6 years later, you got more than just an ERC20 to add to your portfolio, your repertoire. And this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with another sacrifice 4 years later. 4 years later from the 10,000X. Mix, what's going on? Top of the top, 4 years later. We're dealing with another sacrifice 4 years later. Yo, it's crazy, man. Like these. This is. It's, anyone who dis disregards this truth, the truth of how bad things are, they're the reason. They're part of the reason why the problems exist. You worship a man, you glaze some man who you'll never meet in life, and think he could do no wrong. Pretending like he's some type of prophet, he's some type of savior, messiah. Dismissing all the errors, all the issues. If you pretend like everything is all good, you are the problem. I don't care about the commentary I made about him getting no buns. That's extra sauce that I add on the pile of truth. This dude claps no cheeks. You gets no buns. That's not even important. That's just the extras. Everything else I've been talking about, describing the situation, the problems, the hypocrisy, the contradictions, if you go against that, anybody that goes against that and pretends like all is well, right? They are the problem. These people believe this man talking about he is a giving tree. He's here to save you. Like this was his messaging. Bring your heroes here to die so your people that you bring can thrive. This was his messaging. I've said this many times within the last 2 years that I've been streaming Hard Body against the BS, that this man that you exalt and praise is of nothing of light. He is of no light. The source where he extracts from is not benevolent. It's not benevolent. Because it shows. It absolutely shows. It shows in his behavior. It shows in his lack of behavior. It shows in his disappearance. It shows in his behavior. His cowardice. It shows in his behavior of being an immature man-child. You're hiding and you're insulting the community that gave you $1,600,000,000 worth of crypto 4 years ago, people. This man got $1.6 billion worth of cryptocurrency 4 years ago, and will tell the same community that gave him this money that the people are idiots. You take it, accept it, right? You embrace it. You embrace his disrespect and see nothing wrong with his indignant behavior. You see nothing wrong. Oh, no expectations. You bought into that Luciferian bull crap, the magical tricks, the nonsense, right? The mental games, the psychological tactics and games that he was playing, bought into it. And make excuses for it. And think it's okay. He might as well be in a cell with Diddy. He might as well be in a cell with Diddy. 6 years later, he launched another sacrifice. Want to tell you that this day is the anniversary of some ERC-20 he launched, built a community from the ground up, and look what the community's turned out. Look at what it looks like 6 years later. Look at what it looks like. It's not what it was 6 years ago. It's evolved, but look at the nature of what it's become. You know? But see, ENJ Dub, what's going on? He's been missing because he had a child. He had a child. He had a child by what? A salamander? Like, what did he have a child by? Like, but see, and if he did have a child, let's build on that. Clash, what's up, man? Let's build on that. If he did have a child, this is what I've also, y'all heard me talk about him being a childless soul, right? Which is okay, right? In a sense. But when you're dictating and you're trying to dictate and operate in a form of being a leader, right? Right? And you're a person who's leading other individuals, and you make statements like you don't see any value in being a parent or raising children. Go back in history and listen to how he speaks about, right, getting into a relationship and how he doesn't see a value in being a parent. This is your leader. If he has become a parent and a child, he realizes, right, how ignorant he's been. If he has become a child, that's the creator forcing him to understand his life is no longer what it was, no longer what it was after his child is born. Like, you're not living for you and your narcissistic self anymore. You're living for somebody else that was spawned from you. And your dickhead ways is going to have a direct and indirect impact upon that child. So what the F are you going to do if he had the child and if he took it serious, right? If he has a child and he takes it serious, well, now you got to be holding yourself accountable as a man, holding yourself responsible as a real hero in the child's life, not some hero to a billion people or whatever you could reach around the world on the internet. You fake crusader. No, be a hero in that child's life. So no, yeah, now if that's the truth, then I could understand why you hiding, because you've been a dickhead. You've been an absolute dickhead. And you got to protect something more important than you now. And it's fuck your watches, right? Forget your dumbass diamond, right? Yeah, it's about your seed. But I doubt, right? He's a parent. And if he is a parent, the messages that he puts out still on Twitter is trash. Because he's still showing you immaturity. You know, this is a person that would tell everybody, go spread the word about the crap and garbage he created. Because at this point, it's just garbage until he proves otherwise. Until he manipulates the market like he did with his ERC20 token and made it go 10,000x. Until he does that again, this is all garbage. But he want to tell you, keep promoting. Keep marketing. Right? Want to tell you he works for no one. In the background, he's working for everyone. Because no one gives a F like that anymore. I don't care if you got 1,000 believers. 200,000 don't care anymore. Like, are tired. If you even have 200,000. And in the grand scheme of things, versus 8 billion, what's that? What's 200,000? The size of an amoeba? One sperm cell? Like, what are we talking about? It's irrelevant. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. But he wants to be relevant. I want to tell everybody, go speak the good word. Meanwhile, when you speak and you think you're doing something right by talking about everything going on over here, and people do their investigations and want to do their history and do their research and look up this chart and look up the founder and look up everything that's going on surrounding what you're talking about, and realize this dude's been on the run for years. The math isn't mathing. You know? Let your man talk about all people care about are green candles. Now, it's not about green candles anymore. He fake updated his worldview. No, he didn't. He realized his operations have been an utter and absolute failure. And talk about updated worldview, that's a smokescreen. That's his way of deflecting and not addressing the real deal. That you failed, sir. You've been failing for the last 3 years. Miserably, too. Like you crashed hard. And these people that support this foolishness, y'all, they support this. Come on, bro. Like, if this, then That's gonna be the day of reckoning. You have a child. That's your moment now to really represent. Enough of the games you've been playing. This isn't a simulation now, right? These dudes had a line to him too, yo. Check this out. Let me tell you something. And I've been saying this for a while too. This dude was reachable. These people had a line to him, yo. I'm telling you, they have a way to connect to him this whole time. Don't pretend. Don't pretend, right? Let's not pretend like nobody at all, no one, nowhere could have gotten in contact with him. Believe that if you want. One person can't do everything. You need a group of people, right? Not any one of us can do everything by ourselves. You need a group of people. This dude was reachable, but not to everybody. And don't ask me how I know. Just reduce it all to just simple common sense. Some people, some people want proof of life. Some people believe it's not him taking care of his socials. That's suicide. That's like financial, internet, profile, reputation, suicide if you give your socials for someone else to manage. That guy? Because it was so reckless. Like it was the messaging changed so bad, so much that you have to like wonder what the hell is going on, man. This dude high? Well, what's wrong? You don't remember what he said? You don't remember all the things he's been doing and saying before? And now it's the complete opposite? 2025 revealed nothing but consistent hypocrisy with this guy. Consistent contradictions. That's what this year, this week, that's what 2025 was about with your mans. Opening up the entire year with this tweet about his free coins. PRC20. What was the best performing PRC20 on the chain? That's what your man did. You know? That's what your man did. Huh. Bruh. I like the term you mentioned, Clash, lifeline. If what DCC infers is real, is true, if what DCC inferred is true, his lifeline is his seed. Now you gotta understand, if he's a parent, now he's gonna understand what humility means. Like really means, and live it. You're gonna live it. You gotta experience it. Some people gotta experience before they really, really get to comprehend what things are. You could tell somebody, oh, if you put your hand over that stove, you might not like the experience you get. Oh, really? Why? Oh, because something bad's gonna happen to you. Oh, yeah. Okay. And what do some people do? They try their hand and then get burned. And then they're like, ow, I'm not gonna do that anymore. Well, if you would have listened, but you know how life is. Some people, they gotta live it. They gotta go through it. 6 years later, this is where we are, y'all. 6 years later. Put yourself in a bad position. He bit off more than he could chew. He thought he knew what he was doing. And that's the thing. Oh, serial entrepreneur. I never heard anybody in the world of business, and I don't know every business person that ever existed. That's as fair as I could be with what I'm about to say. I don't know every business person that ever existed, but I never heard anyone describe themselves as a serial entrepreneur, right? Like he does. In other words, person who likes to work for themselves and try their hand over and over and over again, right? Running their own operation, right? Okay. When you do a business and you start a business, right? You got to learn a lot. Sometimes businesses fail, right? Then you got to go back to the drawing board, identify problems you've had or problems you didn't have, and start all over. He can't just start all over with this blockchain situation, but he's stuck. He can't just start all over. You got a DEX out here. You couldn't multiply $1.6 billion times 10,000x. You couldn't do it. So you had to start all over. You're starting all over with ProveX. But you stuck because you got 5 other coins that are attached to you that you can't pump without people dumping crazy because people are tired. They're through with him. Tired. And through with the foolishness. People are tired of the games. They're tired of all that. All of it. But you got these people that are so mesmerized. So mesmerized by the words. It's hard to separate. See, Clash, I saw what you wrote about, don't pay attention to the words, pay attention to the actions. Bruh, bruh, bruh. You can't separate. You can't separate. In this case, look what his actions have done. You got people who are like, you know what? Folks are they believe everything he said. They glaze him so bad that they take it upon themselves to say they're gonna work, they're gonna do the work, they're gonna volunteer, they're gonna promote, they're gonna market, they're gonna do all this stuff, they're gonna launch sacrifices, they're gonna raise money, and they're gonna do this and they're gonna do that. They're gonna keep for 6 years. For 6 years, because he told everybody he don't work for nobody. You want to see something? You want to see prices go up? It's on you. It's on you. It's on you. Right. And people have just believe in that, and they can't see nothing else behind that because they worshiping this false idol. How they paying for it? It's so crazy. That whole thing about the lifeline. You said the one real lifeline is the market, bruh. He tried to create his own market. What he said. What he said. What he said. When the person said, "When alt season," or when whatever alt season, he said he's not. He doesn't care about alt season. He cares about our season. No, he cares about his season, not our season. It's him playing again. Our to keep you gassed and mesmerized again, conjuring up word spells with his wording to keep you entrenched in believing that he has something in store for you, to keep you hoping and praying and believing and wishing. It's all from words. Consistent incantations. His words. All you can go by are his words. And then pray, those who want to be made whole, pray that the dude wake up and feels better about whatever and pumps his operation, pumps his market to create his own season. Oh, you're not worried about alt season. You worried about our season. No, he's worried about his season. Sad, bruh. Sad. Sad. His season, because he owns 95% of the whole situation on the chain. And now you got a situation where everything is so overinflated. Your coins are, there's so much. I mean, you can't make this up. So serial entrepreneur, you knew you had serial problems, serial fundamental flaws. So you gotta go back to the drawing board. The coins that you have, right, inflate to high heaven. So now you're gonna create another coin that's supposed to be the opposite, super scarce, to test that out. To test it out. Hopefully, people don't throw $1.6 billion at Prove X so then they could give him a chance to redeem his whole reputation. So you start with something, less than 100 million. It's definitely not 1.6 billion. Maybe he got a chance to show some X's. So people are doing what? They're just gambling. They're just gambling. They could give a F about a Prove X. They're just gambling and hoping that this, whatever amount of money they put in that sacrifice, can multiply. Because that's all he's known for. That's his claim to fame. 10,000x. Wanted to follow, copy greatness. That's all he does. Little originality. Ethereum did 10,000x in 2.5 years. He saw a lane, a clever lane to wiggle his way in and say, oh, okay, let me try to do something since you can make more money in different ways with Ethereum versus Bitcoin, spaghetti code. So I'm going to do something that's as boring as a certificate of deposit on a blockchain and all this talk and T share B square. Bang, bang makes sense. Ha, ha, ha. And manipulate some situation because I understand how liquidity works. And I'm going to give this whole operation that takes place when you bonding tokens together, you pair them up and make it do what it does. I'm going to call that Hart's Law. Brand myself with that. Get everybody believing, oh, yo, he knows what he's talking about. Huh? Get all this Ethereum up front. Recycle this whole John and pump this John and make it seem like there's a bunch of people that got so excited for this coin. Meanwhile, it's just the money that I have that I'm sloshing and making this thing work to inflate all these numbers. Boom, 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 10,000x. Haha. What do you think? Oh, yeah. Look, it's me. I did it. Yeah, it's me. It's me. Giving tree. Free claim. I'm just so giving. I'm so giving. I raised $27 million and for life extension, age, technology. And how's that going? It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Bro, this has become a mess. 6 years later, this is where we are. A mess. Looking at losses, L's. Who staked 15 years. So he got 15 more years to prove his salt. This thing is far from over. Far from over. But these moments like now and stuff like this, it just shows you all the flaws, all the problems. He acted like this was Nobel Peace Prize worthy. T-share B square. T-share. One of the influencers, cabal members, flat out said he couldn't see the value, how T-share rate could increase the value of the price of his ERC20 coin. The dude was so right, it's not even funny. He didn't lie. Because the last 4 years, I don't see anything but down and to the right. Imagine a coin going down 99% from all-time high. How the hell can that recover? How? From people buying. Who's buying? Not a damn soul. Not no new people buying and locking up the coins and all that. Nobody cares anymore. He fried his own brand. He cooked his own brand. Cooked his own reputation. And what you trying to salvage now? Oh, the mathematics of this thing was like, audited 3 times, security audit, financial audit, all this audit, it's immutable, you can't do nothing, you can't change it, upgrade it, oh, and now you got copy, you want to see expensive hex everywhere, all this garbage talk. There's hex on multiple chains, nobody cares. But you wanted to see expensive hex everywhere. Oh no, but wait, the market decided. No, you didn't want to say you wanted to decide, so you put it back on the market. So, Clash, you right. The market is his lifeline. To conflate theories, to mess with your mind, to mess with your head. The market, he needs the market. He needs to talk that market shit to take the attention off of him. He needs to talk that decentralization shit to take the whole focus that this thing is decentralized like a motherfucker. Really, like, this is where we're at. He can't even openly admit and say, they're looking to move in the direction of complete decentralization, but realizing, damn, there's a lot of centralized stuff going on. but it's needed. You can't even say it's needed. Why is it needed? You can't even explain because no one, you're right. You can't even do it, but it's there. Who staked the coins, the '08 bags, 15 years? Who did that? God did that? Come on, bro. Fake. Like, it's super fake. This is fake. It all goes back down to one person. The market is his lifeline to create illusions, to make you think that the market decided on some shit. Imagine him burning the '08 bags. Imagine him getting to the point where he said, you know what, I'm just going to burn the '08. Just burn that John. Of course he would never do that. Because he want to be in control. Tell you about sacrifice for no middleman. He's the biggest middleman in his operation. But, no middleman. Middleman bad. Counterparty risk. He's the biggest counterparty risk on his chain. Like, this is where we at 6 years later. Gandhi G. Peace, brother. Like it's when new lows. That's all. That's all people gotta when new lows. When new lows, everybody. You can't make this up. Can't make this up. Like, this is where the realization factor between 6 years ago and now is crazy. Because if you knew he was on some sucker timing, if you knew he was on some sucker shit 6 years ago, it's crazy to have that understanding then, and then you see what it is and how he's been on some sucker shit this whole time. To watch it unfold, and you watching the tactics, you watching the methodology behind the foolishness of this guy. You want to talk about actions versus words? There your action. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Like, Ethereum S-Load try to jerk the Hex community with the S-Load function. So decides to do a sacrifice to fork the chain. Oh, okay. Yeah, that happened. Sacrifice. Yeah. Yeah. And look at where we're at. The shit's so down so bad. Dude had to launch another sacrifice to save his reputation. Because his reputation right now is mud, is garbage. That's just what's going on. Now these people, like I said already, they got pools. People are pooling their monies together so they could land on the scoreboard real high, on the leaderboard real high, so that they could get the most bonuses that so they could get the most bonuses that they can get. Because it's the same game he played with Pulse and Pulse X sacrifice. Same games. Like this folks have to wake up, man. Like seriously, wake up. See things for what they are. Let's see what time we working with right now, man. You know, like on the real, it's more comfortable to say the entire market is down. It's right. It's a comfortable perspective when you say, "Oh, look, why are you mad about the prices being low when the entire cryptocurrency market is down?" When the entire crypto market wasn't down, Pulse Chain was still down. Like, be fair, be real. You don't have to be all extra like I get. You know, I go by the person's character. I hit below the belt. I have. I hit below the belt. And I blame that on passion. But when you talk about you got to look at Ethereum, you know, when alt season, the whole market is down. When the market wasn't down, Pulse Chain was still down. Supposed to have been a better Ethereum. Even at its most basic level. Basic. We don't need no crypto education here. Like advanced. This is not advanced high level of science and cryptography. It's about where's the money. Where's the money? And so when people ask a question like, when alt season? The dude say, I don't care about alt season. I care about our season. Talk that our shit because it's convenient. You don't care about no our season. You care about your season. But you don't know what you're doing. You think you do, but you don't. He didn't know what he was doing. And those who make excuses for him are the idol worshippers. Right? They're the problem as well. Not only is RH a fundamental problem in his own operations, the people that don't call him out, that glaze him to no end, are also the problem. These diehard believers that don't want to identify the errors and the weaknesses that have affected the quality, the price performance of these so-called core coins. They're the problem. They're the problem too. because you yes man this person to death. And in your eyes, he can do no wrong regardless of what he does. You are the problem. You're also complicit. End of story. Like, end of story. Why do people do this to themselves, right? Why do this to yourselves? Suffer from cognitive dissonance, Stockholm syndrome. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to accept truth. They want to ignore facts. Yo. Largest airdrop, that was a dud. That was a dud. Like I explained yesterday. What Ethereum bro cared about migrating their community over here, not even for the sense of migrating and leaving Ethereum alone, but duplicating what they did on Ethereum onto Pulse. Who cared to do that from Ethereum? Who cared to do that and made it public and made it a thing where they expanded their operations on 2 chains? What Ethereum leader and developer and project head cared to come over the Pulse chain and do that in 2.5 years? Had plenty of time. And it's not like they didn't know. With 6 years of marketing, like, bruh, this shit ain't hard to tell. I excel and prevail, in the words of Nazir Jones, bro. Like, come on, man. You know, you're always going to have buys and sells, no matter what, in any market. People buy goods, they buy service, they sell, they buy, they sell. You know, try to sideways slap everybody in the face earlier this year with his pre-recorded talking about sell pressure. High sell pressure. Because people don't like your grill. They don't like you. They don't like how you've acted. They don't like how you've performed. They don't like how he's behaved based on his actions. Sell pressure. Sell pressure. What do you think? What do you think the cause of the root cause of sell pressure, extra sell pressure has been? Consistent dump. Like it's a wash. That's crazy. So now you're gonna not only launch a ProveX situation, you're gonna wish ProveX was a different blockchain to erase this out of your history. You can't do it. Sorry, not sorry. You can't erase this because you gotta start all over. That's all this is. Without saying it, it's him trying to start all over because you fucked up. You got all the money, so you got your glory. If he was even trying to be real. Let's say he was trying to be honest and real to himself and the world by saying, I'm in it for the glory. The glory. What glory? What glory? You got $1.6 billion. That's glorious. What more glory do you need? He's not the guy. Like, you talking for somebody else. What glory? And oops. Oh, you can't pump that much money 10,000x, right? Oops. So what did people do? Once folks realized that this dude could not pump $1.6 billion, 600 million sacrifice funds times, he couldn't do it. What did people do? What did people do? What do you think they did? They launched their own situations on the chain. And damn near did it the way he's supposed to have done it. That's what sub-communities on Pulse Chain have done. They launched their own coins, built their own sub-communities on the chain, and it's outperformed all of his core coins put together. They did what they learned from him. What he can't do because too much money was given to him up front. That's just the truth. If you deny that, you're the problem too. He's not respected, y'all. And to infer that now maybe he's gone because he has a child, it's even more heightened. Now it's a different reality you got to deal with. Welcome to real life, not internet life. Not living in a Faraday cage somewhere, acting like you King Crypto Dingaling. If he's really a father and taking care of responsibilities as a parent, oh, the games have changed. Tables have turned. It's a totally different situation now. Now you're not living for yourself anymore. You're living for the child. You're living to be alive so that you could be a real hero to your seed, period. Not to some damn community that you failed. You damn near abandoned, practically abandoned. After receiving $1.6 billion from the community you call idiots. You call cry-fag, you call them whining, you call them dum-dums. This shit is crazy. Crazy. So what do you think you're going to engender? Goodwill? From your people? Hell no. Think about it. Think about it. Like, this dude fumbled and stumbled situations, man. You come out with Pulse Chain, and on your decks, you had Pepe Farms. What happened to that? That shit didn't last a week. And it got taken off. Pepe. We're talking about top 3 meme coins in crypto. You had that shit on your thing. You had Ethereum wrap Bitcoin with Pulse wrap Bitcoin. What happened? Less than a week gone. I'm talking days gone. Took it off. Fuck wrong with this dude? Who did that? Decentralized, right? Decentralized. Who changed it? Who took it off? Come on, bro. These drug addicts, freaking felons that's on the chain, scammers and criminals that's on the chain, that keep talking that bullish talk, you know why they're doing that. To take your money. The people watched all the movements he did last month on Tornado Cash. Oh, so you want to move the ETH, huh? They got him. They on him like white on rice. On him. Oh, so you moving that, huh? Oh, yeah? Oh, you moved all this Ethereum, huh? Oh, got you. I see what you're doing. Days later, prove X sacrifice, folks. Yes, no middlemen. Yeah. Privacy is everything. Privacy. New innovation. New innovation. The shit's already that protocols already exists on chains like Base. What are we doing? No, you gambling. Guys, I fuck the wallet. I'm not talking about sacrifice for a wallet anymore. We're gonna do a prove X because you know I like privacy and I'm boring and I'm limited, like we all are. But giving tree. I need to conjure up a scheme to salvage my reputation. I don't even care if you make money or not. I just want to pump something so I can save my rep. That's it. He's the type of dickhead that because people been saying like, yo, if 2025 goes by and we don't see anything, then it's an absolute fail. He's the type of person that'll say, oh, just because you said that, I won't do anything. That's the type of person he is. Because he's an egomaniac. That's the type of person he is. Knowing full well, if you don't do anything, that's still putting a shit stain on your reputation. You still lose. You still lose. Bruh. Clash, what I can't read all the messages like I'd like because I didn't do a sacrifice for new glasses. But we know it's true that you need people to buy. We know that's true. We know that, in any market, you need people to buy. You need people to buy. You need people to buy. We get that. People not buying. Like new people not buying. They don't have a reason to buy. Because people are simple. Although folks can be naive and gullible, but you take a gander at these charts, and somebody, if they got some sense, may want to fight you and be like, you want me to put money in this? I'm not buying this garbage. You crazy? That's instant beef. Nobody want to be buying garbage. They can't make money from that. Look at the chart. Buy what? That's the problem. So, you got all this bread. He got all this bread. He gonna pretend like people are buying when it's him manipulating. That's been the whole shit. How many people bought the top of heck? 40 cents, 45 cents. Rode it all the way down to now. Some people sold and they out of here. And those who stuck around are just waiting. They're waiting to just be made whole so they could bounce. That's where we're at 6 years later. They're waiting to be made whole. Because the problem with 4 years ago too, when the shit went up, and people were selling. Oh yeah, people were selling. It's because they weren't staking this shit. And if they did, they end staked. Or maybe they staked within a certain period of time. They're filling the right time within the first 2 years. So they made handsome profits, sure. But the whole matter of the whole thing was stake the coin, don't hold liquid. Because the coin is made to be staked. For T share, B square, bang, bang makes sense. When it's a money game, it's a money game. So the ones who were smart were those who held liquid and sold. Like you're gonna go against like coins that go down 99%. Do they recover historically? I don't know. It doesn't sound like they do. Coins that are down 99%. Shit, somebody put a post up about Pulse versus Bitcoin, Pulse versus Ethereum down 100%. Ugly shit. Anyway, coins are down so low. Down so low from their previous high. Do they really recover? Have they recovered historically? Or is this going to be an anomaly? Oh, see? Oh, yeah, finally. See, RH was right. No, he wasn't. No, he's not. Or else, prove us wrong. Or else, why have another sacrifice to save your reputation? He don't care about making people money. Again, he cares about himself. Clash. Do you not understand that I'm aware Pulse Chain has been out 2.5 years? Like, huh? This community has existed for 6 years based on the ERC anniversary of the ERC20 that he launched 6 years ago. Even if the community started with 1, 10 people, 100 people, right? That's what I'm talking about when I say 6 years. And the coin that gave him relevance that he launched 6 years ago is not helping anyone today. Except for the people who invested, who are still up. The people who invested in Hex the first 2 years, who still have bags or whatever, is still up. And you know why they're still up? Because it didn't go 99% down from the all-time low. We're talking about 99% from 50, 55 cents. And I'm not even talking about them because that's early bird gets the worm. You got in early, you benefited. I'm talking about post 2021. Look at where we're at. And I'm still making the correlation with since the coin launched too, since this whole thing began. Imagine. Think about all the changes that took place in 6 years. All the marketing that was done in 6 years. And you still can't make a dent. Not only in price, but in the consciousness of people, because of how things have performed within the last 4 years out of the 6 years. I could see if Hex was hovering around 35 cents for the last 4 years. Hell, 10 cents for the last 4 years. It's just like this whole shit. It's like this, man. You can talk long term view, delayed gratification, and all that garbage, but no one delayed gratification when you got $1.6 billion and you were twerking in front of peacocks and splitting, doing splits on a pole in front of men on a podcast. That wasn't no delayed damn gratification. Buying bags, looking gay in these streets. You got new money. Did you delay your gratification? Oh no, because it's not your money. Oh no, people make excuses like, oh no, he been had money. Yo, he's serial entrepreneur. You know, he's a billionaire. Look at all the Bitcoin he got. Yeah, but you crying to Vitalik. Not Vitalik. Yeah, you cried to Vitalik too. But you crying on Ivan on Tech. Talking about, oh, Bitcoin, it's not what you thought it was. And leverage trade. You're a leverage trader. He's not a great one. He lost too. But we'll never tell you about the wins. Hey, he called the Bitcoin top. No, you didn't. It went up 67. Not 64. What happened to 11K and pray? He gives so much good predictions. 11K and pray. Bitcoin went up to 126. This motherfucker tried to tell you in 2021 it was 11K and pray. But people don't remember shit. Folks don't like to look at things for what they are. It's nasty work out here. It's nasty work. When you know better, you need to do better. Certain principles in life are absent in crypto. Motherfuckers got no integrity. They're not about honor. They're about absolute corruption and criminal behavior. The psychology is warped and twisted. They want to manipulate you left and right. All you want to do is make some effing money. What you identify in Clash is a behavior, sure, different things. But you got to also think about certain things like with markets and all this stuff. You're talking about behaviors and things and this and that and that and this. When you got good, decent, level-headed, right, leadership involved, you're still gonna have mistakes. But this shit ain't no level-headed leader. He's not level-headed. This dude is not balanced. Somebody keep telling you they're a giving tree. They're a giving tree. They're a giving tree. And then the next breath tell you they're cheap. Make it make sense. When you have a bunch of good people trying to do good things, and unfortunately they fall under the spell of a person who behaves like a coward, right? That's a disservice that you're doing in life. talking about making the world a better place. When you got a bunch of good people who really trying to do good things, because there's some people like you could tell, man, ordinary human beings, they're trying to figure some shit out and participate and maybe contribute to something that could be good. You could hear it when people talk. They're speaking like from a perspective of sincerity. But when you're being led by a snake, that's a disservice. A snake who speaks with a forked tongue and gives you mixed messages and contradicts themselves and presents hypocrisy. That's a disservice. You're not making the world a better place. You're not adding to the benefit and the betterment of all. You're detracting. You're destroying. How is that making the world a better place? Fooling people, manipulating people, controlling people by using words, incantations, and spells, and rocking folks to sleep so that they could believe in you, being some kind of false idol, false prophet, fake crypto messiah. This is why they want to keep going hard and fighting, because in their hearts you can tell there's some good people. They're good natured, right? They're not poisonous. You're dealing with somebody who's been poisoned, who didn't get certain things that he should have got when he was a child. This is what you're dealing with. Person who has a certain level, a certain aptitude, a certain skill set that was God-given, that he misused and abused. He himself needs guidance. He himself needs to be led. But he doesn't believe that. So what do? You continue to be deceptive, right? You continue to lie to people. You continue to contradict. Huh? You continue to take money. There's nothing. It's like, Clash, you give off RH vibes. You do. You give off RH vibes. Like, It's not your money. It's not your money. I don't think he has the money anymore. I don't think he has access to the money. I don't think so. And I don't think he's in control like he might. This is what, because there's been too many contradictions. This year alone, there have been so many contradictions. The shit is embarrassing. It's an embarrassment. That's why he can't show his face. There's another reason why he can't show his face. Because it's been an absolute embarrassment. Deplorable. The hypocrisy, the contradiction, like he's not in charge. Like he may want the world to believe. Because this shit is lunacy. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's ludicrous. I'm telling y'all. I don't think he's not in the position that he may want the world to believe he's in. He's not. Too many contradictions have taken place. It's a joke. It's so many, like, it's like, oh no, damn, what the hell is this? This ain't, was this a game? Am I being punked? This is a prank? It's beyond troll. It's one breath is something else, and the next breath he say something else. He does something else. He said, I mean, like, come on, man. The flip-flopping was crazy in 2025. To the point where you have to believe, like, all right, something wrong. Like, worse than what I thought. Black Levin in the building. Favorite contrarian says, Clash is cautiously optimistic. Yo, Black. Cautiously optimistic. That's I like that. I like that. Oh man. Oh man. It'll go two ways, zero or hero, right? He says, wonder. This will go two ways, zero or hero. You didn't say zero or hero, but I get your point. Yeah, it's gonna go to it, and we here for it. We are here for it. That's crazy, man. 6 years later, and this is what we're dealing with. 6 years later, and this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a blockchain, lackluster performance. We're dealing with his core coins, garbage performance. And when I say performance, I'm talking about price, because that's all that matters. People don't even remember. I heard a conversation about Ink Token. INC. They were like, yo, what is the purpose of INC? I mean, what is you know? What is the purpose of INC? Your man told you INC was the best meme on his chain. You forgot? Oh, you must be new. This is before pump.tires. But people pretend, they like, folks don't remember shit, don't care about history, and think it's all good. Bruh, this could be an opportunity of a lifetime, but your man ain't gonna deliver it. RH is not gonna deliver it. Like, I don't respect him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't respect RH. Like, this guy, you've done too much, and you got blood on your hands, sir. You know what I mean? Like, folks have unalived themselves, allegedly, because of the poor price performance in his blockchain, his core coin situation, bro. You got blood on his hands. That's not something I'm not respecting this guy. It's all disrespect. That's it. Because you don't respect people well enough to keep your stupid, insulting remarks to yourself after they blessed you with $1.6 billion in your lifetime in a 6-month period. Like, yes, you're not worthy of respect. Period. And that's me. I'm not better than anybody out here. Like, I won't feel any way because I'm in it. Like, I'm here. Like, let's go, bitch. Go work. Go twerk. You know what I'm saying? Go jump on the stripper poles. Yeah. Go do that. Clap. Go clap. Go clap something. Go clap some man cheeks, motherfucker. Go do something. Get to the bag. Bring that money home like that. Like, that's for him. I don't respect dude. I don't respect him at all, man. Period. But, you know what I'm saying? You're a clown. And this is why holding it, this is part of holding his feet to the fire. Holding his feet to the fire. You talked all that good talk, sir, for years. Now it's time to show and prove. I don't know if you've heard me say this before, Clash, but I talk about it's time to show and prove. It ain't about words, because his words have been garbage, and his actions have been garbage too. But now you gotta prove. You gotta prove some shit. I don't care when it, how long it take, or whatever. If it never happens, that means I was right. And if it does happen, that means we still fucking win. So I'ma feel great either way, cause it's what it is. This doesn't dictate what I do. Like as far as like, yo, my whole life, yo, this is it. No. But he gave all this smoke to people he called scammers. You gave all this smoke to Bitcoin, all this stuff, this and that. You don't like Hourglass. You think it's trash and all this, that. And then you had Hourglass project heads like Trevon James on your stream. And everything was love because you needed the clout. Because Trevon is one of the at the time, one of the more famous people in cryptocurrency for the not so right reasons. But you clout chasing this young man. One of the creative marketing people in crypto. Better marketer than your man's. Natural marketer too. Crypto weather. Fire. Comedic factor on 10 on 100. Yeah, and he launched his token there. Yeah, to extract. You learn from the best. Huh? What he said? What he said? What RA said? If you're gonna get noobs, get scammed by the best. What kind of messaging is that? It's what type of messaging is that you put out in the world, bruh? This is why I say, yo, he put himself in a bad position. This motherfucker don't perform. If you don't deliver by the end of this year, I already know what it is. I already know what it is now. But everybody need to know what it is. Right? I win. I'm right. Period. That's me being selfish. Yeah, I was right. This dude is a scam. He's a clown. He's garbage. And if you do perform, we win. We win. Yeah. Show us the money. Give us the money. Yeah. The money. The money. It'll be different if I just exited the whole situation. I wouldn't need to talk about it no more. No. We still around. Gonna hold your feet to the fire. Fire and desire. Fire and desire. Yeah, hold your feet to the fire. Bad position to be in, huh? You put yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like he put himself in a bad position, a bad one, bro. Okay. You better deliver. You better do something. And if your Prove X goes 10,000X and your core coins don't, that's another realization that'll come to the fore. People are going to realize some more shit and more. And it just won't stop. It just won't stop. Be like, oh, damn, you could do that with that. That means it's a wash for your entire operation. It's a what? Like, if ProveX, if ProveX does 10,000X, right? Simple talk. ProveX does 10,000X. That means you couldn't do it with your core coins. Why? People got to figure that out. I already said what I think it is. You can't multiply. Listen, yeah, the money you got up, He got up front for Prove X. If you do a 10,000X with some Prove X, right? Yeah. Yeah. That means you couldn't do it with 1.6 billion. You couldn't do it. So you're gonna do a Prove X, save your reputation. Hey guys, yeah. Big PP can, Red Bull can. I'm back. Red Bull can. Yeah, Gucci all day. Louis V. Guess what? 10,000X, Prove X. Yeah. Kneel. Haters, kneel. Shut up. The dude inferred that he's a parent now that he had a child. Be a parent. Right? Be mature. Be grown. Learn something. Huh? Lead your child. Be a hero to your child. Welcome to manhood for real. Welcome to fatherhood for real. If he's a parent. And then to infer, for DCC to infer something like that, DCC met dude. Yeah. He was on Fresh and Fit. Yeah. Oh, how'd that work? I think he had a child. What? You think he had a child? How you know? What else you know? Right. If he had a child, bruh, welcome to Reality Island, where you cannot lie to the people and tell them you're a giving tree anymore. The plane, boss. The plane. Oh no, the bird. The stork. The stork has a baby in the basket. The plane. What plane is it? I don't know. It's a stork. He has a plane. Is there a baby? Yes, boss. The baby is in the basket. The bird. The bird is landing. Why is it landing here? I'm the giving tree. It's not your money. Wait, boss. Wait, the baby. It's your baby. Prove it. It is not my baby. It is not my baby. It's not your money, and it's not my baby. No, it's your baby. You are the father. Rich, you are the father. What are we doing? Yeah. Oh, now I have to raise up baby. Yeah, raise up baby. Yeah. Where's the lady? You needed a lady to make the baby. Where's the lady? Yeah. Finally. Finally, you have a family. Oh, okay. Yeah. Level up, nigga. Level up. It's time to show and prove. You got you got a lot going on. You got a lot to think about, bro. Real talk. I ain't leaving anywhere, man. Yo, Oh, I thought you trying to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yo, y'all out of bounds, man. Y'all cooking shit. Yo, why y'all? Yo, he said, stop, man. Stop. Yo, DOC, why you doing that, man? Why you doing that, man? Yeah, they got him, man. They got your man, man. Richie Rich. They got him, man. Been got. We just getting rocked to sleep. He ain't comfortable. He ain't comfortable like he was a few years ago. He ain't in the same position. Yeah, you know, that's just me. But but that same comment is crazy, man. That same comment is crazy, man. Yo. But thank y'all for rocking with me, man. I gotta get to go back to tilling the soil. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. 6 years, man. 6 years. Huh? This is crazy. I remember when Toucanaire launched, like a month before this rainbow token launched. Oh man, Toucanaire launched, and you saw that fat ass dip. The manipulation. The manipulation is crazy, man. Zuckernier launched November 2019. I remember watching that thing live. Thing went up, then down. Whoa. And 6 months later, he was introducing Hex Max, Infinite 2, Hex this, Hex that. People, that dude got so much vitriol from that. The community, oh, you extracting this and that, hating. Crazy, man. Crazy, man. Dude was on a stream with your man RH. Clout chasing. Yeah, it's a clout chaser. No one looking for listen. RH looking for the clout. You know what I'm saying? Clout chasing for real, man. Clout chasing. You the guy, you the serial entrepreneur. People should be chasing you, right? You the one mining Bitcoin blocks, 50. That like that's an accolade, right? This is how he speaks. Like, oh, this is what you did? Oh, damn, you called it Bitcoin top? Oh, snap, damn. Whew. Oh, free book? You did a free self-help book? Oh, it's free? Oh, damn, man. Oh, you a life coach? Oh, you Giving Tree? Oh, you fire. You fire. So somebody should like chase you, clout chase you. No chicks chasing. I don't see no girls crying online that you're giving them no rhythm. No girls chasing. There's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Especially not even gold diggers. What does that say about your mans? And women in the community be cringe too. Some of the ones that be chasing be like sideways cringe. And then but the attractive ones in the community, they're not chasing, dude. What does that say? Repulsive. That's what I say, because he's repulsive. I know Riz. Yo, change up your game. Them moon boots wasn't it. The white moon boots wasn't, you have no style. You got white boots on. Son, white moon boots with dark blue jeans and some leather jacket with weird pockets on it. Talk about his Louis V. And a black t-shirt, you got no style. You put anything on as long as it has a label and you think you're doing something? Who dresses up this guy, man? Ronald McDonald? Louis V. He said Bits Away. I haven't seen that name in a minute. Bits Away was some type of special, man. Some type of special. All right, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all in a minute. Later.